Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. Sorry for the delay on our live stream tonight. We had a few technical difficulties, such as the times that we live in. We are used to filming in our studio, so please bear with us as we transition to online live recordings. So, hello and welcome to the Garblag Games channel if you're new. Hello and welcome back if you're not. I am joined today by a group of adventurers who are going to go round and tell you who they are and who their character is in a moment. But before we do, don't forget, go and check out all those Facebook, Twitters, and Instagrams. Check out our Discord and also check out our Patreon. Everyone who supports us helps us to make this better for everybody else. From all the kit and equipment we use to all the books, licenses for software, and all these things. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you for your support. Anyway, it's getting late already. I've got some tired players. So, without further ado, I'm Pete the Games Master.
I'm Simon. I'm playing Variel. I'm an elf from the ice caves, and I hit people. I don't know where on my screen. He's down there when he tells me to.
It's not like that on the. He's a bit further over. He's a bit further. Yeah.
Yep. Hi, I'm Leon. I'm playing Boomer, the Goblin Alchemist.
Yeah.
I'm a chirurgeon, so as well as my bombs, I throw around lots of healing potions.
You're a what?
I'm chirurgeon.
Chirurgeon. Yeah. No, it is an odd word, isn't it?
No.
The healing alchemist. That's the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chimney, chimney, chim.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Ben, and I shall be playing Rubric, the elven seer of the flames from the plane of Glorim, a worshipper of the Leviathan.
And I'm Simon, and I will be playing Ak, who's a half-orc barbarian. He's a huge, great half-orc with a huge axe and a really large book of pressed flowers.
Okay. So, we are playing Pathfinder 2nd edition, as you can see from the little logo down in the bottom right. And we're on Roll20. We've got some Inkarnate maps going on. We've all got our books in front of us. And this is we've played this once very briefly, Leon and Dan on the channel. We had a little character creation one-shot and mini adventure. So we are not experts. Hopefully Roll20 is going to be a great assistant in all of this, and we will be able to figure out all of these things. Now, the first thing I want to show is not that one, sorry, wrong picture. Here we go. This is where we are. I'm doing this in a shed, by the way, so
Not a spaceship.
I probably shouldn't say that. Not a spaceship. Yeah, I'm not Holly from Red Dwarf, as everyone's pointed out from my. I had a bit of technical difficulties. Right, so this is the World Mountain setting for my players. Just letting you know, letting the viewers see the World Mountain illustration. The World Mountain is a multi-leveled world. It's a giant planet-sized mountain with layers coming off of it. And these layers are kind of touched by a lot of the elemental planes, and they are have a different flavor and a different feel to each one. So the main one is Arlorn the Realm. That is very much like a pretty standard D&D world, apart from the fact you can see a layer above, and there's a giant big ass mountain in the middle of the world that you can climb to go up to the next level of existence, literally. You have Glorim, the Fey Dusk, which is above Arlorn, and that is a very verdant or corrupted world, depending on which part of it you're in. It's all overgrown with life. There's druids, but there's also the source of necromancy up there as well. The other layers are visible on the screen. The Skylands of Yanath, Harlig, Udril, and Zadomir. I won't go into them too much right now. There is a setting document on our Patreon on a free post, which after this is live, I will put that in the video description, and you can go and check that out. And it tells you a bit about each of those layers and the gods and the powers in each of those. Now, our players begin in the land of, we're back on screen, chaps, the land of Ledrya, which is, if everyone's in Roll20, the mountainous domain of the elves, the ice elves and cavern elves of the main continent on Arlorn. And the capital city is called Phanirieth, which is where you have all met. And we're not starting this in a tavern. You're on your adventure. You are heading out. Now, the ice that forms on these mountains comes from water and moisture dripping down from an elemental ocean in Glorim above. You can actually see that ocean in the layer above. There's like it's a accessible ocean from above and below. It's magical, obviously. Gravity is defied there, and built into the layer above you, there are small shrines and things. Brave people have flown up there on airships to build little shrines to the creatures and the Leviathan that lives in this ocean above, who is known as the Dreamer. And the rain and mist that comes down from this ocean that settle on the mountains imbue the land with strange dreams, prophecy, portent, and magic. And this is where a lot of the elves get their magic from. And the lucid eye, which is the order that Rubric belongs to, are those who try and interpret the words and the visions of the dreamer, and they believe that through that lies enlightenment. It's linked to all manner of life. Glorim being seen as very much the source of life in the World Mountain. And the four of you have been sent because recently a sky ship from, I'm just going to roll this down slightly, from Erubag, which is an orcish and greenskin city on the coast
You
beyond.
might need to move the tag on Roll20 that the players are on, because my screen's not doing anything.
Oh, no, I'm on that one. Can you see?
Nope.
Can you scroll down?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I saw a little black.
Did you see my?
Oh,
and a
some
red
dots.
thing.
You see my red one?
Yes.
Yep.
See a black one of a fruit
Can you see it?
bag.
Yep.
Cool. So
I
that's
can't.
no.
I've got error bag. It's
Yeah,
here, right?
Erubag. Yep.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Right,
Yep.
I've seen the red dot.
So Erubag, an airship from Erubag came to Phanirieth and told of somewhere in this area something large fell from the heavens, something bigger from this elemental ocean above, somewhere in the sort of territories over west of the Frostflow River. They obviously had trade and business to be going about, but as they stopped at Nithroel, they heard stories of strange dreams in the residents there, and in the traders coming into that outpost had been having strange dreams, aquatic dreams, troubling dreams, and they thought little of it. But your order, having heard of this, have sent you out to explore and to try and find potentially this, whatever this is that's fallen down, something larger, more substantial than fine rain or mist. And the four of you are making your way across the land. You, Rubric, you are obviously of the order and sent there to interpret and discover whatever it is. Variel, you have been set as Rubric's bodyguard, charged with keeping him safe and making sure that whatever it is, you come back with it. Sorry?
Them.
Them. Sorry,
Keeping them safe.
keeping them safe. Sorry.
Is-
Yes.
Was the bottom line of that? All party members are expendable.
No, this isn't my mothership game. That's not.
I just thought I'd check.
Yeah. No, I mean, they are in your mind anyway. But anyway,
Yeah, but the prime mission is to bring it back, whatever it is. That's the prime mission.
that's the prime mission.
Cool. Okay.
Oh,
Ak, you've been taken on as extra muscle. It's known in these areas that the forces of Braktagar, which is a militant goblinoid nation that has infested the World Mountain on this realm, have been moving into that eastern area on the land on the other side of the river from Erebag, sort of scouting into the area, causing trouble. And you've had experience with these people before. They are vicious, fascist. They worship Maytalin, who is a god from Udril, the Underdark, and he is the god of tyranny, murder, and revenge. So, yeah, his symbol is a stabbed hand, as in like a hat, so maybe more alien references there. Hey, this permeates everything I do. So, Ak, you've been sent along as someone who has experience of the forces of Braktagar and what to expect from them. Their patrols and that kind of activity in the area. Boomer, you have joined the party as healer, doctor, strange, crazy goblin. I'm not sure. Yeah. And you've been sent along. You've been working it out of Phanirieth for a while. You've seen combat. You've seen trouble against Braktagar forces as well. So you and Ak are kind of experienced in the wilds, and Rubric and Variel, you're from Phanirieth and maybe slightly closeted, but with a mission. And we find you in you have been traveling for a while, and there is a set of, did you see that?
Mhm.
Ruins.
Set of ruins atop a hill, some old town. And you have reached the end of a day's travel. You've headed out from Nithroel, and they've pointed you in the direction of this tower. It's an ancient tower that stands in the woodlands that has been derelict and dilapidated for a long time. The elves of Ledrire don't really venture out too far. They're busy studying the will of the Leviathan, the Dreamer. So the humans from Pargranin haven't advanced that far yet, and the orcs are busy, as I said, dealing with sort of attacks from Braktagar. So the Rimwood Wilds, which is this big forest and hilly area, is unexplored for a while because everyone's very busy doing their own thing. So this area's kind of fallen apart a bit. So we find you in some ruins atop a hill, and you are settling down for rest. The four of you are there. You've travelled all day, and you come across sort of two large buildings that have sort of fallen apart with sort of archways around it. They look like kind of the shadow of some very ornately carved structures, but they seem, even though their roofs aren't very intact, they seem like good shelter from the elements for a night's sleep. And you are there all together. Everybody, please. Here we go. We're going to do some rolls.
Ooh.
Okay, so playing the game. We're going to do perception rolls because you are trying to notice something going on in the nearby area. So let's see what happens. Rubik got a 9. Ho ho!
Ooh.
Ak got a 20. Not a natural 20. 21.
Boomer sees all.
In my defense, if it's further than 30 feet away, it doesn't matter because everything out there is on fire.
Oh, okay, yes. You are of the flame, are you not?
The world burns.
Yeah. Maybe a slightly green tinge to that flame, being worshipping the Leviathan.
I can see things now. Cool.
You open your character sheet and find perception.
Okay, journal, me, character sheet.
Yep. Perception.
But then if you go back to chat, so you can see the result of that roll.
Yeah.
Under your hit points.
And what do I just click the blue
Click
bit?
the blue thing that says perceive.
Yep.
Okay.
Whoa!
An exercise in one-upmanship.
You rolled a 24.
I think what
we
you'll
are
find
a
is
party of alertness.
I looked above you all and could see slightly further.
Yes, Simon has entered his height as
tallest.
Cool. Okay, so I don't know if you guys want to describe slightly your characters before I tell you what you've discovered in this. What you look like as you're venturing into this area, what each of you are wearing. Who would like to go first to describe physically their character?
I'll go. So basically, I am the tallest. I'm a very tall, slender elf. Very tall, slender elf. So I wear hide armor. I've got a short bow, a short sword, a steel shield. I'm a weathered warrior.
Sorry, Simon, I didn't catch how tall you were.
About 6'7", I think, and I'm very well kept.
Okay,
and I have a very bright disposition. I always seem very happy, perhaps in the knowledge I will live longer than everyone else. This isn't an elf.
Okay, excellent.
Okay. I go Boomer is 3 foot tall goblin, very dark green skin. He's the shortest. Definitely.
Yeah.
He has very large ears coming out quite flat from his head. Lots of nicks and scars from fights from the wars he was in. But otherwise quite a tidy looking goblin. He's got goggles on and a mad look about his face. He's very enthusiastic and excitable.
Does he have a collection of jangling vials?
He's secreted about himself.
Okay.
He's got different globes and globules of his infused reagents.
Cool.
Ak is he's a half orc. He's 6'6". He's a tall, not slender, but an imposing figure. And weirdly, although shorter than the elf, he does actually come across as taller because of some weird thing I have. He carries with him a ridiculously large axe that sort of he has to lug around. Apart from that, he's dressed in. He looks rough and ready. He's dressed in hides, bits of hide and other stuff. Some sort of hide armor that he's wearing. Strapped to his back, he's got a rucksack and what looks like some sort of large spell book strapped to the back of the rucksack. And he wanders around lugging this giant axe.
Cool. And it looks like slightly too big for you to hold, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I'm a bit awkward in the way I move because the axe is just a bit too large to sensibly carry around.
And last but not least,
Rubric is not wearing any armor because why would you? Rubric is an intense individual with long white hair that seems to move by itself ever so slightly and becomes more agitated as Rubric does. Finery, very fine clothes, but not ostentatiously so. Well put together, well looked after, and clearly a few pennies were spent on it to make it look nice. When Rubric looks at you, you get the feeling that Rubric is looking both through you physically and through your timeline to see your end.
Oh, cool. So he's a bit weird. They're a bit weird. Sorry.
They're a bit weird.
They're a bit weird. And you guys...
But at the same time, really, really quite interesting. The kind of person you're like, wow, that guy's kind of interesting.
A powerful persona.
Mm.
Yes. Okay, so we are currently in what is called exploration mode. So while you're not in any kind of combat, you exist in exploration mode unless it's downtime, sort of between real parts of sessions. And downtime doesn't have to be off screen, as it were. It can still be in a session. You can say, right, we're going to do 2 days of downtime. What are you going to do with it? Craft a weapon, fix something, etc. But exploration is while you're exploring, looking around, traveling, those kind of, it's not round by round. But there's certain activities that you can be doing while you're exploring. And I'll just reel them off very quickly for you guys so you can have a think about what your character may be doing as you're entering this area of ruins. So there's avoid notice, which is obviously trying to be stealthy. Defend, so you move slowly but you're ready to raise your shield if you have one. Detect magic, I think that speaks for itself. Follow the expert, you can choose an ally attempting a recurring skill check, and basically benefit from their expertise. So if you're climbing through a treacherous area and one of you is particularly good at mountaineering, then the rest of you could follow the expert and get a bonus from that person who was doing that. But you're not in any kind of treacherous area. You can hustle, so you can move at double speed. You can investigate to look around for information. You can repeat a spell. If there's something that's like a light spell, you want to just keep repeating it as you go, so you've constantly got light. You can scout ahead, so you can be ahead, and that gives your party a bonus to initiative rolls. And you can search, so you can sort of look around. You seek meticulously for hazards, hidden doors, secret doors, and all those kind of wonderful hidden traps, all that kind of stuff.
No dwarves here, mate.
Is there a bookcase?
It's got one book on it. So that's the kind of thing you can do, but you guys are moving into this area. Is there anything anyone particularly would be doing just generally as they're traveling so that they can inform me? So, like,
I'm keeping an eye out for. I mean, the main threat is the Braktagar goblins or whatever. So I'm just keeping an eye out for them. Any signs of them, whatever it's.
Just mention you constantly looking for a goblin and you just keep seeing boom.
Not that one. No, not that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to detect magic pretty much continuously. I'm a seer elf, so as a result, I can kind of cast that at will.
Okay.
So a lot of the time, I'm just holding detect magic active.
Okay. Cool.
I would have already prepared my infused reagents earlier in the day, so I would have basically created 2 alchemist fire and 2 elixirs of life, and then I've got 2 reagents on hand for my quick alchemy ability, so I can just
Cool.
shake something together and throw it.
Wicked.
I will be mainly ready to kill anything that needs killing.
Okay. I thought that might be your answer. Okay, so Variel, as you are sort of being ready to kill anything that needs killing, as you make your way into this area of ruins, you can hear ahead of you movement in the between sort of the other side. As I said, there are kind of 2 buildings in front of you, and on the far side of the second one, there seems to be some movement and sound of people. It sounds like people moving around in the dirt.
Okay. I shall raise my hand, clench my fist, and drop to one knee, and then remember that these aren't soldiers.
Rubric's
So I'll
kind
just
of
look at him.
wandering around.
I'll just stand up and go, "Oh, sorry. There's people over there."
Oh, cool. There's people. Are you just going, there are people over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll say, watch. Can I see anything vaguely close to where I heard the noise? Can I see like any objects?
Okay. I just rolled some dice.
I can see.
Yes. Okay. So, you look over in that direction, and you catch. I mean, you had a really good roll, 24. That's pretty good. That's not quite a critical. In this, if you roll a natural 20 or 10 above the DC, then you have scored a critical. So it's not always just a natural 20. If you roll really well, then you will get that as well. One other thing I should say as well, you all have 1 hero point that you can spend, and spending 1 hero point will allow you to re-roll a check. You must use a second result.
Right.
And you can spend all of your hero points if you get more of them. But basically, if you're going to die, you can go, I burn all my hero points, and I'm not dead.
Right.
So just so you're all aware of that, I think that's on your character sheets. I think there's just a box that says 1.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Right.
Well, it says 1 now.
Yep.
It said 0 a minute ago.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, so you look over, Variel, and you see a creature duck down behind a wall. You can't quite
Okay.
make out what it is, but you see a figure. It's humanoid.
Yeah.
Not as tall as you. And it's
But what is?
hey, right? And yeah, kind of armor. Looks well defended. Maybe you're not sure.
Ack. There's someone over there.
Ack, go look.
Ack, go look. Okay, right. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to
I
roll.
shall draw my bow.
We're going to need to roll initiative. Now, what you need to do? Hang on, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. I'm going to put you all on the. Oh, before I do, I'm just going to flip over there, and I am going to. Oh, is that having some fun? Hang on. I've made a special battle map, an isometric one, which may or may not work. Just hiding the bad guys. Right, here we go. Let's bring you guys over.
Ooh.
Can you see it?
Now I've got my character sheet up.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
yeah.
say I can keep up.
Is there any way to move the boxes of the players?
Yes.
On the screen?
Yes, I can.
You can see that. Now, you should have control of your own token.
Ooh. Oh yeah, there I do.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, if you could put your tokens in a marching order to the left or below this location.
Which direction we're coming into the ruins?
Yeah,
to,
so
to
you're coming
left to right.
Yeah, you're going from left to right. So that first ruin, you can be in that building, or it sort of up to in line with that point. Now,
Okay,
obviously,
so-
we don't normally do isometric battle mats, but I thought I'd just give it a go because I have my Inkarnate Pro license, and it got upgrade. They've done a new version, and there were some extra bits and bobs, and I thought, oh, some of those could make a nice.
I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, just the kind of are you behind something or in front of it thing. If you put it so that the bottom curve of your token is in the square that you want to be in, not the center of it. So it looks like you're sitting on top of the square.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like literally like just behind something. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So now what you need to do is you need to select your token.
Yeah.
Yep. Now what you'll see when that happens is that 3 circles appear above it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Now the red one has got your hit points in.
Mhm.
The middle one, I would like you to put your armor class in.
Everybody could use a good laugh.
Oh, that's low. Yeah.
So yours is 17. Yep.
Subtracting the current number.
And 23 hit points. Now you'll see you've got a little health bar on top. And I've got your names under there as well. I don't have relevant pictures, but I've got the class icons from Pathfinder for that.
Okay. I'm not having my bow. I'm having my sword and shield. I have decided.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Right. So you're all in position.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yes.
what you need to do is select your token. Then, and often you have to select your token first and then do something. So select your token and go into your character sheet.
Yep.
And then there should be somewhere on your character sheet to do initiative.
Initiative
It's
is under
it's under
perception.
Under perception.
Yep. So what that should do,
So if I just roll that now.
yeah.
It's not gone in my box. Do I need to go and fill it in?
No. So what happens is, can you see?
So it's popped up on the screen now, turn order.
Can you see the turn order?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Who hasn't done it?
I think I just rolled a new perception. Oh,
Nice.
initiative.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's the one
Yeah.
next to
So
it.
yeah, there we go.
There it is.
Okay. So I need to do that in descending order. There we go. So Ak got 24, Boomer 22, Rubric 20, Variel 9. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to... Now the viewers at home can see what I'm doing. Right, bear with me. How do I do a GM roll? Is it GM roll?
It's like a /GM roll thing.
Yeah. Does that work? Did you guys see that?
Nope.
No.
No, am I meant to see it or not see
No,
it?
you're not meant to see it.
Okay.
Right, bear with me for 1 second while I'm doing this. Sorry, viewers. Because the good thing, the cool thing about this is because it's all on the screen, it allows you to you can actually do individual initiatives for the bad guys. Now, what I haven't done is I haven't set the monsters up with character sheets. So if anyone's watching this and going, "Oh, Pete, you should set the monsters up with character sheets," and then
Yeah, Pete,
all
set
this
the
stuff
characters up with
works, you
monster
can go and
sheets.
click like the players are, etc., etc. Look, I figured out how to hide things in a GM layer for now, and that's kind of like that's me. That's me done. Right. So what I do is then oh dear, hang on, let's go back round. Right. That should be. Yep. Cool. Okay. So, we are now in combat. You are aware. Ak, make a perception roll. 9. There is one hobgoblin who is. Oh, hang on. How do I do this? Here we go. GM. Can you see him?
Seamless.
I see
Totally
him.
seamless.
Ah, he just appeared. Now, I think Kev from Dungeon Muser YouTube channel was watching earlier on, or may still be watching. He likes to do a little countdown before he releases his monsters into the wilds. But you can see it's 'cause his name might be a slight giveaway.
I can't see his name, but
Oh, you
I
see
can't see any details.
Oh,
no,
wicked!
just a
Excellent.
thing.
Can you see it in turn order?
Yep. We just got his little token now.
Ah,
Yeah,
cool.
just no name.
Brilliant, because I don't know
The
what
only
you
names
see.
we can see are our own.
Okay, excellent. Right. So, Ak, you are aware, because of where you are, and he's not hiding very well in the trees over there, you are aware of this hobgoblin. Now, you get 3 actions in a turn. And I'm just going to slide round to the actions section. Here we go.
Just there's something about the world here. I mean, are we
Yes.
are hobgoblins automatically evil and the bad guys, or are we?
Hobgoblins are generally more in line. So the head of the Braktagar nation, the guy who set it up, was a hobgoblin called Braktagar, and they named the nation after him because he did this huge invasion of Arlorn, at which point his god betrayed him. The god of revenge doesn't like being overshadowed by the worldly leader of a realm, so betrayed him, and he got smote down by a dwarf from Strondumir. Hobgoblins are generally, in Pathfinder, D&D Pathfinder, it's they're lawful evil, most of them. There are good ones roaming around. They're fewer and far between than goblins and orcs. In Erebag, for example, it's mostly goblins, humans, orcs. There are the odd hobgoblin. There are lots of half-orcs there. So, and also you can see that he's a soldier, he is wearing a uniform, and this looks from this distance very similar to the Braktagar militia that they often send out on patrols. Kind of their lowest, kind of scummy recruits that they pull from minor settlements, or to force out, conscript them out into combat. They're hoping to survive these fights, so they get given the opportunities to subjugate other goblinoids.
Okay. In terms of movement on the map, there's like what 15 squares between me and him.
Yes.
How far do I move in a round?
Well, I was just going to get to the.
Or
I was just going to get to the actions.
Okay, cool.
And then we can tell you what's going on. Okay, so basic actions. Aid, you can help an ally who's about to do an action. You can crawl, but when you're prone, you can move 5 feet. Each of those squares represents 5 feet. You can delay, but you have to wait for you have to say, right, I'm going to be triggered by something else. You can drop prone. You can escape from being grabbed. You can interact. You can leap. You can ready something, which is 2 actions. You can prepare to use an action that will occur outside of your turn. So you could ready your bow and say, I'm going to ready my bow, and when someone comes around the corner, I will shoot them. Release. You release something you're holding in your hand, like drop something. That's just a free action. You can seek. You can scan an area for signs of creatures or objects. You can sense motive to kind of gauge someone. You can stand up from prone. You can take a step, which is 5 feet. You can stride, which is to move your speed. Now, I think your speed is 30. So you could move 6 squares with 1 action. You can strike. You can take cover. And then there are some specialty ones like fly and grab an edge if you're falling off something, but we don't need to worry about those right now. If you're in one of the craters, you'd count as having cover, and there are plenty of pillars and things to hide behind if you need to or want to, although being a barbarian, you're probably not too worried about that. So how many squares are there between you and the hobgoblin?
I don't know. I haven't counted.
Let's have a look.
He's a distance away.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you could use 2 actions to move to him.
Okay.
And then use 1 action to strike him, if you wanted to.
Yep, I'll do that then.
Okay.
That sounds like a very barbarian thing to do.
Act charge. Hobgoblin.
What about your rage? Do you need to? Have you got any special powers that you can use?
Yep, I need to kick in my rage. We're gonna have a fight, so that's it. I'll guess. I'll get angry and enemy up ahead. Just charge it.
Does that take?
Don't get him started on hobgoblins.
Oh man, going on about them all the way here.
God, and then he sees one.
Act charge hobgoblin.
Act charge hobgoblin. Does rage
That's
take?
my secret. I always hate hobgoblins.
Boom. Is that how it works?
Well, it would be, yeah. Let's have a look. Rage. You can go. It takes an action to go into rage.
Oh, it takes an action to go into rage.
Yeah.
Okay, and I haven't got my axe ready, so I need to ready my axe.
No, I would.
And
no. You
okay.
could, because you said you were keeping a view out for what's going on with bad guys.
Sure.
That was the exploration bit beforehand.
Okay, yeah.
So you were kind of ready for battle, you and Variel, basically. so you can spend an action to rage, which means you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your level plus your Constitution modifier. So, in order to increase your hit points, click on your token, and then in the red the red one. So click on. Oh, hang on, I need to get the right layer visible. Here we go, objects and tokens. Click on the red one, a little box appears. Now, if you put like +5, it'll add 5 onto your number. If you put -5, then it'll take 5 off your number. Or you can type in the number you want it to move to. It depends on how you want to do
There
it.
we go.
There you go. So you gain 4 hit points, 4 temporary hit points. So you'll see on your little health bar that you're 27 out of 3, which isn't bad.
Yep.
Which is weird. Cool. I will click off your token. Right, so that's one action. What do you want to do with your other 2 actions?
Well, I'm now raging, so charge him, I suppose.
Okay, so you're going to run into combat. Okay.
I mean, that's
Cool.
I'm not sure I can rage and just
Yeah,
stand
no,
here.
yeah. Just shout really
I
loud.
better wait a while.
Yeah.
Passive
do like
aggressive
a-
barbarian.
Angry, act charge.
Can you do like a bull rush type thing? So instead of like taking 2 move actions and then hitting him, just take 2 move actions into him.
If
there
that
is-
works.
No, you'd need to be able to have a strike
Okay.
or a feat. There will be
Oh,
feats
okay.
that allow
Oh,
you
of
to
course,
do
yeah.
that. Yeah. Remember.
Okay, as I'm charging in, can I intimidate him? I mean, I'm a giant half orc who comes across. I have an ability that is intimidating gaze, so I can intimidate without words, just with the vision and the action of me.
Yeah.
So can I basically charge? I mean, I'm a
Does it require
huge
an
thing
action?
charging with a massive axe. Can I just intimidate him as part of that action, part of the charging in?
I don't see why not.
Because I think it'd be pretty scary. But here's a soldier.
I think
maybe
it would be
he's up for
scary.
it.
However, with this, with the system, I believe you have to spend actions for such things. Let's have a look. Intimidate. So I'm just getting to the skills.
It'd be a tool of the system, Pete.
Intimidation. Demoralize. You can demoralize the opponents, and that takes an action. And that would be
Okay,
shouting.
well, I'm going to do
which
that.
You can do that with a gaze.
Why don't you
That's-
move one?
yeah.
Why don't
Yeah.
you move one?
I will.
One
Yeah.
less.
1, 2,
If you
3,
rage,
4,
move,
5.
and then
Yeah.
Something like that. I move to here, rage, move, and as part of the charge, I'll get to about there.
Yep.
I'll intimidate. So
Okay.
I'm halfway closing, and
Cool.
Yeah.
Choose a creature within 30 feet. They're within 30 feet,
Yep.
so that's good. Attempt an intimidation check against the target's will DC. And their will DC is, make an intimidate check.
how come thought I had not entered it properly? Pretty sure I've got intimidation. I do. I've just not entered it in the sheet, so I'm going to
Yeah.
enter it into the sheet properly.
Okay.
I missed it out.
We're all learning.
have that.
We're all learning. So,
Yeah.
viewers,
When it gets
please
trained.
stay with us. Hopefully,
This is
you
where we
guys...
find out that the spooky elf is actually more intimidating.
Possibly. It's beyond the realms.
Yeah.
And the law as well. Oh, the warfare, the law's down there. Okay, yep. Intimidation. There we go. So I will click on that.
Mhm.
8. I'm not that intimidating.
Okay.
oh, he's a cute bear.
The creature looks at you with like a, he's quite a mean-looking fellow himself, and
Fair enough.
he kind of growls at you, and he's got his sword and shield. He seems to like right back at you. Cool. Okay, so let's pop back over to there, and we go. Who's next? Oh, is that
Burmer
working?
is next.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Hang on. Yes, Boomer is next.
Boomer's going to move. To get
Okay.
Closer. Let's see. One,
Is this
2,
Boomer talking in the
3.
third person or Leon
4.
talking about Boomer?
That was Leon talking about Boomer in Boomer's voice.
Okay.
Yeah, Boomer's not that pretentious.
Okay, so is that one stride?
That was one move, yeah.
Yeah,
So you've
okay.
got a 30-foot move. So I'm trying to move my character sheet out of the way of the map so I can see things. Let me just close it and I'll
You
reopen
can
it when I
pop
need
it out as a separate window.
Oh, can you?
Yeah,
Okay,
Ooh,
I will
let's
do
do
that
that.
then.
yeah. There's a little little boop.
Okay, so I saw a button in
Oh,
the top
yeah,
left, and I was too
cool.
scared to push it in case it was the delete everything button.
Yeah.
I thought I don't want to push that
Who'd-
mid-game.
Who'd put a delete everything button on a? Yeah.
Well,
They would.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking
And,
about
I'm gonna move again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Whee! I want to be next to that orc, I guess.
Hobgoblin.
No, the half orc.
Oh, the half orc. Oh, right, okay.
So he can protect me.
Yeah. You're in front of him.
2, 3, 4. It's just too far out of range, unfortunately. So I think I'm just going to reposition myself over into the trees. So it'd be 3 moves. 1, 2, 3.
You could jump into the crater.
Yeah, I'm going to jump into the crater.
So that is
You're
a
just going to get yourself hit.
take cover.
No.
You will get a +4 bonus to your armor class and reflex saves against area effects and to stealth. Blah 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 blah. If you would have standard cover, you instead gain greater cover. Oh, so you're really getting down into that cover. So you got +4 to your armor class. Normally, if you just moved in there, you'd go, oh, I get +2 armor class. If you take cover, like actively, then you get a bonus.
Right. So everyone's going, and then dive sliding into the crater.
Cool. Right. So, next. Rubric. What are you up to, Rubric? Uh-oh. I think I need to make an intimidation check.
I am going to cast Prestidigitation to make my hair blow out and start moving around by itself.
Cool.
Little particles of dust float slowly around my feet as I step out into the middle space. And so, how many squares can I move?
Your move's 30, so you can move 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here by the well. And I'm going to intimidate to the best of my ability.
When you move there, please make a perception roll.
Okay. So there's my perception roll.
Okay.
Oh, how we laughed.
Carry on.
You can keep your perception because here's my intimidation roll. Oh my god.
This hobgoblin is not easily scared.
It's like looking at the half-orc who's going, ah, and looking at you going, ooh. It's like...
That is literally a roll of 1.
Yeah. So it's a critical
it's
fail.
red. In
That is
red
a
must
red-
mean
Critical
red
fail.
means
fail.
Yeah. Green means critical success.
I was going to look so cool. I was going to look so cool. It was going to be awesome. I was going to come steep up there with floaty hair and fire everywhere and this intimidating glare, and everybody was going to run away, and I was going to save the day. But no,
You stubbed your
No,
toe on a loose
did.
brick of the well and sort of...
That hobgoblin, he's seen some stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. Right. So...
well, it was a good idea.
It was a good idea.
That's a good idea.
we're all trying to intimidate, and we're about as intimidating as I don't know.
Barrier.
I just hit on a
Sunday
hole.
You and the hobgoblin will go simultaneously.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, do you want to do the hobgoblin?
No, you go first.
Gentlemanly hobgoblin.
I can go first if you
No,
want.
no,
I can go first if you want.
You can go first.
You
I
go.
can go
No,
first.
you
No,
go.
after you, good sir. Right. The viewers can now see the hit points and armor class of the hobgoblin, and he is going to go. He's going to stride towards Ak. He's seen your kind before. He knows your tribe. You have betrayed the greenskins, and he's going to strike you. So,
Rookie mistake, though. He left a live enemy behind him.
well, we shall see. Right. Roll the attack roll. Here we go. So I need to roll. Let's go. Oh, this one you can see. 1d20 plus. Oh, he's got a longsword, and he's going to strike you with his longsword. So does he? Does that beat
Yes.
your armor class?
It does, yes.
It does indeed.
I'd
Your armor
hope
class
so.
is 17.
Good lord.
Oh,
Okay.
you thought he was angry before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. So he is going to do. Let's have a. There's no fudging. Oh!
Ouch.
10 points of damage. So if you click on your token, your temporary hit points are gone.
I'm -10. I should better get
Yeah,
minus
just
10.
type -10, and then it'll take you down. Yeah, there you go. 17. You've still got more hit points than 2 of the other characters. Okay, right, cool. What's his other action going to be? Is he going to try another attack?
You can hit twice, can you, if you're next to them?
You can, but your
can hit-
second one is -5, and if you did a third one, it would be -10. So it's pretty. You know, when you're low level, you're not got much chance of doing it. Let's have a look. No, he's okay. He's going to leave it at that. Basically, he's going to be looking around. So his action is going to be to try and, like, while he's fighting you, looking over your shoulder to see who's beyond you.
Mhm.
Not very good. He rolled a 1. You are intimidated. There's something about you. You're a little larger than you seem, and you've got your giant axe, and you're kind of blocking his view. Okay, right. So we're gonna have Variel now.
Bariel has moved up to the wall.
Make a perception roll.
Dun, 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 dun,
The
dun,
47
dun,
other
dun,
hobgoblins
dun.
are.
Yeah, you are surrounded. This is
Yeah.
only a
Everyone
one shot. I forgot to tell you, this is a one shot.
Yeah. After this one hobgoblin, it's like
TPK.
perceive.
Hey, excellent. Right, so I will do. Are you ready?
Yeah,
3,
yeah.
2, 1. Oh, and 3, 2, 1. 2 other hobgoblins
Ooh, yeah.
have appeared, and Variel has spotted them. Oh, sorry. Let me. Our viewers aren't quite getting the full thing. There we go. Let's bring it like that.
You know, if you go into the jukebox, there's an 8-bit boss fight soundtrack.
Oh no, I have to say I'm not one for music over the top. But anyway, cool. Okay, so we Vario, that was your one action. So you did a stride to the wall. What do you want to do
Okay.
next? You now
So,
can see all these.
So can I move over the wall?
You can. We'll need a athletics roll.
Athletics roll. Okay.
Let's see.
Oh!
Oh, critical success. Well,
Bolt the wall.
I don't think you need to worry about it taking you additional actions. So you can. I mean, you're really tall, so you can just step over the wall.
Step over the wall.
Yep. You can move another 6 then. So go for it.
So yeah, because I can move. So I'm still only moving 30, aren't I? I can
Yes.
still only move 6.
6.
So I moved. Okay, so there's that's my 6th, and then I get another 1, 2, 4, 5. So it's not going to get me quite there.
So do you want to stand the wall and ready an action if anyone comes near you? You hit them. You could do that. You could ready, prepare to use an action that will occur outside of your turn. Choose a single action. you can use and designate a trigger. So, like, if a hobgoblin enters close combat with you, you could strike it.
Okay. So that, but I'm the other side of the wall, aren't I?
Yeah, they could strike. I mean, it's
Okay, that's
you
fine.
know,
Yes, I'll do that then.
okay. I think you're just going to get a +2. Basically, your armor class is going to be slightly higher, both of you,
Yeah.
when you strike across the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So that's the end of that turn. So next, oh no, I've done that one. Did they not? Oh, hang on. They haven't put these all in descending order because some of them were hidden. There we go. There we go. Right, so we've got Ack and Hobgoblin number 2.
Oh, so that stays the same for everything.
Yeah.
Oh
So
wow, cool.
that's now rolls. It now rolls round, but mine, because they were hidden in the GM. It's what I like. You can hide things in the GM layer, and then when you reveal them, they pop up on the turn order, which is quite cool. So you've got green, blue, and red hobgoblins. I put a little color tag on them, so
Yeah.
you can tell me which one you're meaning for anything in particular. So Ack and Hobgoblin blue. I realise this is a bit like the Velociraptors in Jurassic World, but anyway,
Or
yeah.
Teletubbies, you know, they could be Teletubbies.
Yeah. Ack and blue at the same time. So Ack, what do you want to do?
Oh, it's called Tinky Winky.
I mean, it's a silly question. Whoa! Oh, whoa!
Is that
He's
critical?
gonna feel that.
Shit.
26 damage.
Oh!
Oh,
26
Tinky
damage.
Goblin.
Oh my God.
I smite.
Oh my god! Oh my
Oh
god!
wow!
Jeez McCrees. Right, so you
I just want to throw
heft-
this in for my players who might be watching, but you have cleft him in twain.
you heft
I'm
your
hoping that's not good for him.
No, it's not. It's very not good for him. You heft the giant axe up above your head and screaming, bring it down, and you chop him in half. And he.
That has to give me a bonus for my next intimidation roll.
Your blood splattered axe.
Well, the fact
He's
I've watched me just literally cut their friend in half.
Well, I'm not sure
On your first hit.
I'm not sure if green can see it happen because of the wall in between. Blue probably did. So if you wanted to try and intimidate blue, I would give you a +2 circumstance bonus at this point.
Excellent. Well, I'm raged, so I'm the. Actually, have I seen these other ones yet? Because the elf saw them.
Variel's seen them, but you haven't necessarily.
So I've killed one. I reckon there's probably others.
You can try and
so
seek to try and perceive them. That would be an action.
Well, I don't perceive what.
You're just going to run
charges.
over.
They'll be there. If they're there, they're there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm going to see him 5 at some point and see him. And I'm charging this way. I'm going to over to here where he was, I suppose. So that's where I'm charging you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I like the way you're not moving. You're just charging
5.
everywhere. It's just like
5. Do I get a perception roll to actually see them as I charge across? Is that how it's gonna work?
No, you now see the blue one.
Cool. And then 6.
But you can't quite see.
And then I'm going to intimidate him. There we go. I'm going to intimidate him.
Okay.
As my last action.
Let's go for it. So make an intimidate roll. That was one hell of an attack. I mean, because your weapon is overly sized, it does more damage, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It gives me +4 when I'm raging. Essentially, that's what it does.
That's pretty cool. Okay, unfortunately, you kind of roar, blood still dripping from the axe. You're like, but he kind of stares back at you like, I'm going to come and kill you.
But 13 is not enough, okay? I need to improve my intimidate.
Yeah.
You and me both.
Sorry?
You and me both.
Right. Okay, so next it is blue. And he is going to run at you.
It's brave.
Yeah. And oh, hello. Whoopsie daisy. He is going to attack you. He's going to attack you plus 8. There we go. That's a hit.
That's definitely a hit.
It's a good hit. And then
A
it's
very palpable hit.
1d8 plus 3 damage. Oh, not so good.
If I'd taken this much damage, I'd be dead.
Well,
That's why you're at the back.
That's why you
It's a
bring
big
a
twice.
barbarian.
I'm getting there. Give me another round and I'll be there.
I hope you don't think I can heal you. That's not how I roll.
You're not that kind of divine caster.
Nope.
I can flame strike. Okay, right.
I quite
so
literally took harm. I could have had heal. I took harm.
how? So I can't see you. I can't see. Oh, you got 10 hit points. Okay, it's going to try and attack you again. Because you have just butchered someone, but he's at -5 this time. So he's only at +3. Ho ho!
Wow.
Pachwang. Right. Is this where I need to fudge the first roll of the game? You don't. But bear in mind, you don't die if you go down to 0. You've got. There's time before you die, and there's
It is what it is.
There's someone near
Yeah.
you who's might be able to help with that. So
How many hit points have you got left?
he's got 10,
10
Play
left.
it out.
and I'm
Not
rolling
that
1d8
attached to
plus
our
3.
characters yet.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
There you go.
So 4 now.
So 4 hit points left.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to get attached to our characters yet. If you're going to murder them, it might as well be
Be in
now.
episode 1, yeah. And then you guys are now a new
Take-
set of adventurers set to find out what happened to the last set.
Yeah. I've been in one of those adventures.
Yeah. Okay. So that was that round. So that was the hobgoblin. So Boomer.
Boomer's combat medic instincts are kicking in because he's seen his barbarian friend get hurt. So I'm going to go running over to his aid.
Cool.
See,
I thought for a brilliant moment there that this was going to be like a healing grenade moment.
Don't worry.
I was hoping that, but the healing elixirs do have to be like poured down the throat of.
I actually saw someone on Facebook in the PF2 Facebook group talking about they want to create a fusion of the bomber and the chirurgeon to have like a gas,
A healing grenade.
a healing grenade, like gas, a healing gas. But if you
Yeah.
throw it in the wrong area, it just heals everyone in an area, so it could heal your enemy.
Yeah.
If you threw it in the wrong place, I thought that was.
I'd
I thought that was a
like
cool
that.
idea. That's
Then
a
you
cool
get to
idea.
hit them more.
I love it. Simon.
Okay. So elixirs.
Yes.
Does he have to drink the elixir on his turn? So I'm just handing it off to him. That's what I want to check. Or can I use my action to aid him with it?
I assume you would administer it, wouldn't you?
Maybe it's like a big plaster and you just slap it on the cut.
Because it's one interact action.
Oh yeah.
So
you're
I don't know if it's a
interacting.
case of I can
So
interact.
you use
Or
your
feed
hand
it
or
to
hands
another
to
creature.
manipulate an object
Yep.
or to aim,
So I
you
can-
can give it to another.
I can feed it to another creature. Okay, so I moved and I'm going to pop one of my elixirs
Yep.
to heal the barbarian, which it's on my sheets. Heals. It was pretty good actually, I think, when I looked at it.
Mm.
It's in my inventory. It's in my formula book.
Oh.
Chemical formula book. It's like, I can come in.
Oh, that's making me look a bit more rosy.
Here you go, Jumbo. Get
Elixir
that
of
in your
life.
esophagus.
3d6 plus 6.
Whoa! What?
Whoa!
Oh, these are the ones you have to prepare beforehand, though, aren't they?
Yeah, so I've got 2
Oh
of these
no,
ones.
how terrible.
That's a pretty good healing.
I can
potion.
do them on the fly, but then so I have 4 reagents a day, and if I prepare them, I can turn 1 reagent into 2 things.
Right.
Or if I do it on the fly, I can turn 1 reagent into 1 thing, but it has to be used that round.
Okay.
So
Cool.
it's kind of you can either commit to
Mm.
something for the day,
Yeah.
or 1 thing on the fly. So I've got to roll. Is it 3d6?
Plus.
So Help me out with that now, because I can roll
So
1d6.
slash
Oh, and then the
If you go
multiplier
onto
is
the dice
3.
roll and go
Yeah.
down to the d6 and click
And then
across to the 3,
Right, and that'll roll me
Or-
3d6.
or if you click on it, you can tell it to, for instance, change the number of dice, change it to a d6,
You can
Actually,
just
if you go, and I'm
and
doing
so
this
on
as an
and so
example,
forth.
you can slash roll 3d6
slash
plus 3
roll
space 3d6 plus 3. That will do it.
6 plus 3, like that.
Boom.
So
Now,
do I
that's
have
me
to-
just giving an example, but I
That's
type
definitely not an
/roll
example that you want to use.
No.
3d6 3.
Forward slash roll space 3d6 plus
So that's
3.
what I type in. So I just type
Yeah.
/
Roll space 3d6 plus
roll
3.
space 3d6 plus 3.
Glad I've only got a sword.
Hey, look
Okay.
at that.
Okay.
Nice.
16. Click, click, click,
Equally,
click, click.
Leon, if you click on the little d20 icon on the far left-hand side,
Yeah.
Instead of hovering over it, if you click on it, you can select the dice and the modifiers that go
Yeah,
with
you
it.
can. You can roll.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. Know that for next time. Okay, so
Like that.
run up. Full strength. Force fed.
Yep.
My healing elixirs.
Yep.
Do
Do you want to strike the
from
hobgoblin? You could,
could throw it.
move up to the next to him, so you could strike the hobgoblin if you want.
Yeah.
Because you had enough move to
Shoot
get
him with
there.
my dagger.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna with my dagger. Where's my character sheet? Character, here we go. Ready and go.
Oh! It's the thought
One.
that counts.
Okay, unfortunately, that does not hit.
Ah,
Yeah, they've got
So
a fairly
close.
good, they've got a
Nice.
fairly good armor class. Okay,
you don't
right.
you don't keep me around to stab things.
Oh, the healing was very nice, though.
Next on to Rubric.
I'm feeling a little bit rubbish right now. So
But your hair looks very nice.
my hair looks
I
fantastic.
didn't see any of it.
Right, so what is it? 6 squares I can move.
Mhm.
Right, I want to try and jump the wall
Athletics.
acrobatically.
Oh, okay. You want to use acrobatics, right? Gotcha.
So one-handed cartwheel over the wall.
Yep. Oh, that's a critical failure.
Oh, for God's sake.
Okay.
I mean, you've got +6 on acrobatics.
Right, I run to here and then fall on my arse because apparently I am the world's most incompetent and graceless elf.
No,
I mean,
No.
it's.
what
I,
it means.
I realise now why they sent 3 companions with you to get you there.
What it means is that it takes you 2 actions to get across the wall.
I'm just putting that up there just to
Court of
let you
graces.
know.
Yeah. What you're here for.
Check me out making an impression. Right, I'm over.
So that's a
Okay,
critical
crossed over the
failure.
wall.
So it's
Yeah.
that's gonna cost you an extra action. So
Yes, so that's it. That's me.
Yeah. No, it's
I
2
climbed over the
actions.
wall.
No, you've done 2 actions. You got 1 more,
Oh, okay.
and you can see that hobgoblin who's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares away.
Well, great. I can
You
run
can
up there
run
and
up and
get
stand next
beaten
to
by
him.
him.
I thought you had like magic stuff.
I do, but once I have to use it when I get there, and I'll be out of
Ah,
actions.
Okay.
Maybe you should just stay where you are and let
I am going
somebody
to
else.
hold my action. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold my action and let him come and fight me. Come on, come at me.
Okay.
Bum.
So to ready with a trigger to do something else costs 2 actions. The
Oh,
action
for
you're going to
crying
do
out
and the ready. So you know you can
Right,
just
well,
back
in
up
that
next
case-
to
Go back the
Varian.
other side of the wall.
No, no. In that case, I'm going to stay where I am, and I'm going to cast Incendiary Aura.
Ooh.
Because if he wants to fight me, he can fight me.
How many
but I'm
actions does
on
that take?
Fire. I don't know. Look it up.
Ooh. Someone's annoyed. Right.
Yeah.
I'm incompetent. I have just embarrassed myself in front of everyone twice in a row.
I don't think they're expecting much from you in a combat situation.
I think perhaps next turn you should just try walking.
I'm
mean-
a literal avatar of destruction. I explode things just by being in the room, and I fell over twice in a minute.
What was it? Incendiary.
You're
Aura.
lucky that two of us are fighting a hobgoblin. There's a wall in the way. Look, most of the party didn't even notice that.
That's true.
I cannot find a spell with that name.
Okay, it should be a clerical or possibly an oracle-y thing.
Oh, it might
I-
be in wizard spells then.
I definitely have
So
it.
you have divine magic.
Yes,
So I'm just
but it
trying
does
to
give
find
me
the right-
access to some wizardy spells if they're specific. I have Incendiary Aura as an oracle spell that is granted to me because everything is on fire.
This will probably be in the playtest PDF. Have you got that?
Ah,
Yes.
Could someone check that for me, please? And how many is it? So if it's a spell,
I don't think it matters unless anybody's actually in contact with me.
sure, but casting a spell takes 2 actions, I think.
Oh, okay. What about a cantrip then?
It will tell you. Cantrips are often 1. What's your cantrip?
Divine Lance.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
This is why we need to get all the information plugged into Roll20, so you can just have Divine Lance. Divine
Yep.
Lance, 2 actions.
Oh,
You unleash a beam of divine energy. Choose
well, it
an
doesn't matter if it
alignment.
takes 2 actions.
But
I've got Incendiary Aura up. Okay.
Okay.
It's focus 1. I don't know how many actions it takes.
The little diamonds. So if it's 1
Yeah.
diamond, it's 1, and if it's like 2 stacked, it's 2.
It's like a
It's
little.
2
be
stacks,
3.
I'm afraid.
Oh,
2
right.
actions.
Okay.
It's a
Okay, well, I'll
massive
just stand there and wait to be beaten up.
Okay.
I have also got.
Are you standing next to me at least?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
on the wrong side of the wall. Oh no, we're both on the other
You're
side.
both
of
on
the
the
wall.
other side of the wall, so you're standing next
Yeah,
to each
yeah.
other. Okay.
Use your go gadget legs. That's-
I
Okay.
don't have those. I have the go everything's on fire.
Okay, cool. Is that the end of your go then, Rubric?
Yep.
Okay,
yep,
cool.
I'm holding my
Right,
action.
So the hobgoblin is going to walk over and it's going to attack Variel.
I can use my.
He's not
I can-
even the
damn you.
vaguest bit
I get to use my
intimidated
saved
by me.
attack, don't I?
You can.
Yeah.
You get your strike.
Okay. So.
Have you got like a preemptive counter strike?
No, but I saved my action.
Ah,
So do I? What do I click on? My short sword.
If that's the weapon you're using.
Yeah.
I thought you had a long sword. Oh, there you go.
I do, but I don't use it. I use my
Um,
short sword.
Okay. Attack 16. Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Can I try and stab him since he seems to be between us?
On your turn.
I've got a withheld action as well.
It's 2 actions to ready to hold
Yeah.
something back.
Oh, okay.
It's 1 for the action and 1
Yep.
to do the ready.
No, it's all good. I'm useless. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Well, at least you know your place. Right. Okay. So the hobgoblin is going to attack Variel.
Bring it on.
Here we go. Well, 1d20 plus 8.
Oh, you roll better than me.
Is that a hit?
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it hits.
Yeah,
Okay.
21.
D8 plus 3. Damage. So click on your icon and then click on the red circle and then in the box type -6 and it'll do it for you. There you go.
Okay.
And then it's going to do a second attack and it's going to try and hit Rubric.
Okay.
Please tell me shield is still a reaction here.
Shield.
It needs 2.
Probably.
No, hang on. Let me find shield. Sorry. One action. You raise a magical shield of force. This counts as using the raise a shield action, which is why it's 1, giving you a +1 bonus to arm class.
That's it. +1.
Yeah.
Good
Yep.
lord. Fine, I'll take it.
Okay. So what does that make your armor class?
Laughable, but slightly less laughable.
Okay. Well, I'm about to roll. He's at -5 to hit you.
My armor class then will be 14.
Okay. He's doing 1d20
Somebody
plus 3.
is breathing into their microphone, and it sounds like my heartbeat. It's scary.
It sounded a bit scary there, didn't it?
It did. Although it was
Okay.
tension.
There was tense.
I think I'm going
It
to
was
zoom
tense.
in. Zoom in a bit here. So we can see the action a bit better. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's better. Okay, right. Here we go. He's going to attack you. Oh, look at that.
He's
14.
good, these hobgoblins, aren't
Yeah. So I
Hits.
here we
Through
go.
the magic shield.
Here's the damage. Boff.
Ruin my nice outfit.
Oh,
God.
So I was looking at the encounter building rules for Pathfinder. This being my first time building a little encounter for you guys, and this isn't moderate. This is like one above moderate. I just wanted to see how. I think it's called severe.
Yes, it is now.
Level, and I asked on one of the Facebook groups, how does this sound like for a group of 4 first level characters? And a lot of people have different experiences with it, but they said, oh, that will be a fun one. So this is they said you might get a couple of people who are close to death, but not good luck with it, basically.
nice.
So what are you?
Oh, hello.
Has that killed you?
No. It's like horribly messed
That
me
would
up.
have finished me off.
Yes, well, your nails. I'm not. I'm squishy.
Who's breathing?
Probably me.
There we go.
I've
Excellent.
moved it down to get it away.
That's cool. Right, okay.
Can you still hear
Everybody
me with the
stop
mic
Okay,
down at
yeah,
this level?
absolutely. Yeah. Stop breathing. Right, next. Burial.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Well, I think what I shall do is this.
Oh, yes, that's a hit. 24. It's not enough to be a critical hit, but that is a hit, so he takes 6 points of damage. Let me do that. There we go. He is hurt. You have 2 more actions.
Oh, nice.
Critical. Critical damage.
How could the critical damage be
But
less than the
Won't
damage?
it be?
No, it's both.
It's both. I did 7 damage, and then I did an extra 6 critical damage.
Oh, okay.
Is that right?
So does that still work out as a crit
No,
with the second attack
it's
with a
weird.
-5?
That is weird.
If
No, it's
that's
done
how
at
it works,
times.
I did
It's done at
36
times too.
damage.
No, it's done at times 2. It's just re-rolled. It's rolled again to calculate the critical damage. Someone
okay.
advised me actually to turn off critical damage auto roll. So what we'll do is just when the damage comes up, you do double that from now. The thing we have to bear in mind, you rolled a 20, so it's a critical. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you have a -5 to that, so it's 22. But that still hits. So it's still a critical. You did 7 damage, we'll double that for 14.
Yeah.
And you step forward and plunge your short sword through his armor into his disgusting innards.
When you're doubling, because the damage includes his strength modifier or dex modifier, or however he's using this thing,
Right.
Does that get doubled? Or is it just the
Yeah,
die roll
it's
that
everything
gets
times
doubled?
2. When you look at if you hover over the number, the red number, it tells you the breakdown. So
It's only when you get to silly things like magic items that do an extra d6 of elemental damage
yes, that you have to roll
add
them
that
separately.
on afterwards.
Okay, so he's dead. You run him through with your sword, and horrible goblin green skin blood kind of comes out over your blade, and he slides off onto the floor. You can see now that he's wearing, excuse me, he's wearing a tabard that has this hand emblem on it with a dagger stabbed into the back of the palm. This being the symbol of the lovely symbol of Braktagar. Okay, you have one more action. What would you like to do with it?
I shall turn to Rubric and say, that's how you do it, mate. With a really big grin on my face. And just.
Okay.
I tell you what, though, once we hit 5th level, it's all going to change.
I'll try and keep you alive that long.
Okay, so we're back.
I'm gonna get all anime up in here.
We're back round to the beginning with Ak and the Hobgoblin. Simultaneous actions.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Let's go with 36 damage, and you can tell me what else needs happening.
Whoa. 36 damage.
So the last one you cut in 2, this one you cut into 4.
If I double a +6, actually it's 42.
Well, the good news is I've criticaled as much as everyone else.
Okay. Right. I think is another dismembered hobgoblin. But he is going to get to have an attack on you as well.
As he dies.
So he is going to roll 1d.
You hit him so hard that his arm spins up into the air, comes down and stabs you.
Stabs you in the top of the head. Oh!
Right in the top of the head.
What's your armor class?
17. Nobody's got above 26, have they?
No. But do you not suffer a penalty when you go raging?
That's included in the 17.
Okay, right.
It's actually 18.
So, if he'd rolled 27, that would have been a critical.
Oh, I see. Because then it would still be a crit, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so 1d8 plus 3. 4 points of damage. There you go. A minor hit. Okay, so it looks like the goblin's the only uninjured member. Everyone's a bit knackered though. Right, so
goblins are awesome.
That's true. He then expires, and we will get rid of the turn order as we are no longer in combat. And you are left in these ruins, these dead hobgoblin bodies strewn about you. And what do you want to do?
I'm going to go heal Rubric with my other elixir.
Okay.
I am going to sit down.
I shall drag the bodies of the hobgoblins into the pit over there.
The big crater.
And as the goblin walks past me, I shall mutter at him, someone should search these bodies for money.
Rubric, I healed you for 14.
And
Lovely.
I will throw all the bodies in that grey pit thing.
Over here.
That's the one.
Yep. Okay.
I shall lay the bodies in there.
So there are now 3 hobgoblin bodies in there. As you lay them down, you do notice, Variel, that one of them has a kind of a sling bag that seems to be different kit than everybody else, than the other guys. They have long swords, shields, and hide armor, longsword, and a wooden shield.
Okay.
This is the toughie then, isn't it? Are we playing this as like true deep core role players, or Is this a computer game where we have to load our packs up with all of the loot and then sell it at the nearest town?
All right. I will search. I will, as the goblin has not reappeared to search the bodies, I shall search the bodies for their money
Okay.
and anything else that might be interesting, like maps or plans of where they're meant to go, or company disposition.
Okay, find some silver coins. You find.
I'll sit down and clean stuff. It was very tiring after you've raged. Just relax, sit down on a bit of the wall, and what drug was I? On a bit of the wall. Here we go. And just clean the blade off. Get rid of some of the blood that's like just covering everything now, and
yeah.
I'm down a bit.
Okay. Cool. So you're coming down from the rage.
Yeah.
I'm not.
How many
Boomer
silver
is
coins did I get?
4.
4.
You also find around the corner, Ak, you can see on the floor one of them has dropped down bow and arrows, obviously preparing for hand-to-hand combat. There's a short bow and 10 arrows down behind that wall that you've sat on.
Okay.
The satchel that one of the hobgoblins was carrying has slightly more to it. Inside, you find a scroll case and then a small pouch which jangles when you pick it up.
Okay.
It seems to be deliberately tied and kept in there.
Okay.
Variel, what have you found?
I shall hand you a small scroll case and a small pouch.
Oh. Gonna go for the pouch first. So Boomer's gonna look in the pouch
Okay.
eagerly.
Okay, you look in the pouch. As you kind of untie the knot furiously and stick your nose in, you can see that there are a few more coins in there.
Oh.
There is a gold coin, and sorry, I'm just getting, for our viewers, I'm just changing the map for you. And some more silver coins, of which there are 2 silver coins. So there's a few coins. This seems to be
Cool.
like kept separately. But yeah, nothing else in there of interest.
Okay. And I'd like to open up the scroll binding. Have a look at that.
There is a crudely drawn map of the surrounding area. There is a let me zoom in a little bit here.
An arrow that says "You are here." It's miles away from where we are.
Not quite. Okay.
An arrow that says "Go to here."
Bring the players over here. There we go. Right, have you moved?
Yep.
You see? Okay, so there's a crudely drawn map of this area with Nithroel clearly drawn, with some kind of expletive doodles next to it, and a poorly drawn river. And there are 3 areas that stand out. There is the ruins that you are at. There is the tower that you're heading towards, and there is also the what looks like some sort of windmill drawing. And the jungle, the tower has a crude circle around it, like someone's gone, you know.
Oh. These seem to be the places they were interested in.
Well, that's likely to be where we need to go.
Oh. Right, should we keep heading to the tower?
Well,
Get
no,
good
we're going
vision
to
from
rest for
tower
the night,
to-
and we'll go
to see
tomorrow.
things.
Do you guys know the rest?
I shall look at the blood pouring out from my gashed wounds.
Okay. So you want to settle down in
Okay.
the ruins?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to stash the 3 longswords in, just out of the way, cover them over with some leaves or something. I can collect them on the way back.
Cool. That's cool. You stash them for later selling and
Yeah, with the bow and I'll stash the bow with it as well.
of course.
I'll take the arrows.
Okay. Yep. You got a bunch of arrows. Cool. Okay. So you're gonna settle down for the night, rest up, and head off in the morning. Is there anything anyone wants to do? Any spells you want to cast? Or
I'll just go with quick alchemy to do one of my reagents to turn into a healing spell for Variel.
Variel.
Before, because I didn't realize you were that wounded. Hang on, let me see. Roll 10.
Cool.
God, I'm such an awesome goblin.
My produce flame was just a petty attempt to start the campfire going.
Okay, that's cool.
It may be a 10-foot high attempt to get the campfire going, but
I'm back
fire
up to
spirit.
full health.
Okay, cool. Brilliant. Excellent. Okay, so I think we'll draw it to a close there for tonight. Unfortunately, we started a bit late, so it's a bit of a shorter session, but we're going to be playing every week. So we're going to be back next Thursday for more Pathfinder 2 in the World Mountain as you guys head off from the ruins towards the tower in the forest to investigate Tears of the Dreamer. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, guys. Hopefully you had fun with your first foray into Pathfinder. I thought a little warm-up combat would be good to get you used to your characters a bit and how
It's
they can
interesting
work
to see
together.
the difference between first and second edition. There is a huge change. It does line up a lot more with Starfinder.
Yeah.
Whereas first ed was D&D 3.7.
Yeah. And they're clearly going away from
Yeah.
fifth edition, you know.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting to have a game where you've got all those options and, you know, you can really sort of tailor your character with lots of feats and skills. I mean, the book looks quite daunting when you first get it. It's quite thick. It's no Zweihander, but it's quite thick. And you kind of, it's dense, you know, everything's got stat blocks and there's a lot of information. But once you start reading it and get into it, it's fairly self-explanatory. And actually, I'm starting to warm to the new version of Pathfinder just from reading through it a bit.
I've liked Roll20. I mean, I've never played in it before, but the character sheet linking to the dice and seeing the map and that sort of thing.
Yep.
I thought that worked. I thought that worked very
Yeah,
well.
that was
So,
very
yeah.
good.
Yeah, and there's more. If I'm going to hopefully with funding from our kind patrons, get the official Pathfinder content for Roll20, which means you can just add a feat, and then when you use it, it will do all of the things that it does, you know, and it's more built in. So that will be hopefully as we go.
That'd be handy with spells as well.
Absolutely. So you get a spell, you drop down, there we go, that spell, it's got all the information, you click on it, it does all the effects. And I will be putting monsters in then after that, and now I'll be able to do those bits a bit more slick. So we're learning, expanding, getting into Pathfinder. Hopefully people will get a taste of the World Mountain setting as well, which you can get for free, the primer on the Patreon, which there's going to be a link for below after the live broadcast. Please check out all our social media links. They are below as well. And we will see you next time on Tears of the Dreamer, which I've just called it now.
Let's not forget, of course, that session 0 of Mage Ascension Heist is coming later in next week.
Yes.
We're starting the session on Tuesday, so as when it gets uploaded, that will be available.
Brilliant.
Come see an elite posse of modern day mages try and nick stuff.
Cool. And we just had Sam, Green Stuff and Glue on Instagram. We uploaded a build video of the foreground Fabled Realms Valiant Stables. Cool little video of Sam putting that together. And there's going to be more build videos coming as well. So we're trying to put more content out there for all of you at home having to stay inside. We want to try and help keep you company in this difficult time. So everyone out there, stay safe. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yeah, cheers, Pete. Thanks for
Bye.
running.
Thanks.
Bye.
See you later.